All right, we back again, baby. Do You Wrong. I'm actually really excited about this song because I got to tell you what it's about first. It's about a family member who really got pissed off at me. And I got a lot of family members who've been mad at me over the times because I'm abrasive as a human being. And I'm okay with that. I'm embracing of that. People don't like me sometimes because I just tell them how the fuck I feel. And if you don't like it, you can suck my cock. But this song was a little nicer than that. And it was a realization that maybe I've done some people wrong and maybe I have also been wrong. And I have. I'm a little abrasive. So I want to talk about Do You Wrong because that's really what it's about. It's about me speaking to specific family members of mine over time that I have done wrong by the way in which I speak to them. So that's what the song is about. So just before we even get started, the song, I found this sample. And the sample is what drove the whole song. So I just want to play it for you real quick. I found this sample, and let me go to the screen here. If you look over here, I found this very fun sample. So let me put this on auto. And let me bring this down too. Okay. So it was... Oh, no. So let's just talk about how I do samples, right? Because samples are like as a hip hop artist, samples are everything to me. If I'm not running the sample up, probably not going to be that interested in doing it, you know. And I like to do original songs, but it's like when you hear somebody yelling, "Oh no, girl, I know I did you wrong." You're like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. So, now of course we know that the chop was not that fast, right? Before the chop was, let's take a look at the chop over here at the screen. The chop is down here. So if you could see my screen right here, this is the chop. And I pitched it up. Where's that pitch fucking thing? Oh, you know what I do these days? What I do these days is I pitch it up on the audio, and then I cut it down into the chop, so it's already pitched up. So anyway, I can't teach you that part. If you want to learn that part, why don't you just send me a message, and I'll teach you how to chop samples. So this is... There we go. So I took that sample, and then... off Splice. Splice is like my miracle worker right now because Splice got all sorts of random samples that are free, and I'm like, I'll take it. And people are like, oh, be careful. Well, chop it up, man. Don't make it the same fucking speed. Use some creation. So anyway, so the thing about most producers is like they produce and they don't know how to play nothing. So they'll take this piano right here and they'll be like, here's the piano. No, that's not the piano. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been talking to... Who am I talking to? You? Nah, here we go. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. You, right there, okay? So check this out. So this is what happens. People take something like this. Let's see. I don't even know. That's a guitar. 2 guitars. There we go. Piano. And people be like, oh, man, that's so tight. Oh. And then they only can play the fucking sample because they don't know how to play it. But so if you look on my screen right here, this says right here, F sharp minor. I tuned all these samples because I like to sing in A. So somewhere around A, and F sharp minor is A, if you know music. And then if I needed to, which I didn't in this song, I would just play it out, right? So if you listen to the song, it's a 5. Then it goes to a 3, then 4, 6. But they play it a little bit more sinister, right? So I can play it on many instruments. I'll play it on the fucking guitar and on the bass. Who gives a shit, right? The bottom line is as long as you know the chords, then you can start messing around with it and making it yours, right? So I sampled the sample up, and when I sampled the sample up, the sample's in its own key. So samples in a key, other samples are in other keys. So like most people, they don't know how to put it all together. So they end up just like taking everything from the same stack. I don't need to do that shit. Anyway, so everything was really nice already in the way I liked it. So I got a bass right here. So let me get on this screen right here. I got a bass right here. Let me take the sample off. Okay? I don't want to make it too loud. Yeah. So you got that? You know what I'm saying? You got to get it. If you don't feel that beat, get the fuck out of my face. Okay? I don't want to hear any more of your shitty hip-hop music. I've heard too much shitty hip-hop music. Just the fuck out of my face. So if you don't feel the boom bop, don't do it. So then what we do is we add some drums. You know what I'm saying? We make it feel good. Yeah. Oh, Biggie, bitch. Anybody know what that is? Bring some weed, I got a story to tell. Now we getting in the groove. See, the thing is that as long as you can get the bass line, listen, all you producers out there, as long as you get the bass line and the drums to kick, you should be fine, right? A bad man with bad intentions. Look back on the shit show of my life, yeah, my invention. Everybody wanna talk like an intervention. Was I really hip-hop or in the rap direction? So, once you get that vibe right, then you go back and you add the sample back and you're like, yeah, I know it sounds crazy right now, but just wait a minute. Bam, hitting it, right? Okay, now let's add the piano. Money, 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 money. Add the other piano. Yeah. Guitars. Everybody wanna. So that's pretty much the whole beat. The idea here is the fundamental of the song has to have an idea mixed with a beat that meld together. And if those two things don't happen, you like forget about it. You might as well just not make a song. You know what I mean? Now, I was thinking the hook. Now I'm gonna go over the hook real quick because this is where the crux of the whole song came together. I said maybe we could rise up, leave it in the past, realize that the time's up. It wasn't gonna last. If I could take back time, I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause I like who we are. Life's gonna bring what it's gonna bring. So sometimes I have to play it here for it to make sense to me. So sometimes I'll just play it slow. Maybe we could rise up, leave it in the past. Realize that the time's up, wasn't gonna last. If I could take back time, wouldn't change a thing. I like who we are. Life's gonna bring what's gonna bring. Now that sounds different on the guitar. It sounds like an actual song that you want to hear. You know, like something that you would listen to. So maybe we could wise up, leave it in the past, realize that the time's up. It wasn't gonna last. I'm sorry, you know, like we as people, we don't realize that we are strong today. We always think today we are our weakest. And so we continue to believe that because we are our weakest today, tomorrow we have to apologize for yesterday. Nah, man, fuck that shit. I don't agree anymore. So I'm just saying this to you because it's unimportant that you hurt somebody in the past if you've changed today, is what I'm saying. Because you can't judge a person on who they are today from who they were yesterday. That's not fucking fair. So anyways, the reason why I wrote that hook, it's like, look, let's just give it up, man. Shit is gone, you know, like, and I admit I was an asshole, and I was an asshole. I was a bad person, and that's where the lyrics come from. A bad man with bad intentions. It's true. I was a bad man with bad intentions. Let's say you were wearing a pair of shoes, and I thought they were kind of like whack. I'd be like, nice shoes, bro. Why are you wearing those? You know? And that's like my personal evaluative opinion. It's not necessarily the best thing to do. Anyway, so then from the hook, melded in this whole concept. A bad man with bad intentions. Look back on the shit show of my life. Yeah, my invention. And I'm thinking about the shit show that I'm talking about as me being Sri Lankan, speaking out against a terrorist group and ruining my career. So I go, look back on the shit show of my life. Yeah, my invention. Everybody want to talk like an intervention. Was he really hip-hop or in the rap dimension? See, my inflections make you hurt like 5 injections. I said 5 injections because I got 5 fucking injections in my knee and the bitch motherfucking hurt. Okay? It hurt, bitch. Okay? And then I got 5 injections on this one. And I got 5 injections on this one. Okay? The whole thing was painful. So that's what I said. My inflections make you hurt like 5 injections. See, my inflections make you hurt like 5 injections. Till you saw, yeah, I was cold on my own inspection. Oh, see, I was cold on my own inspection. Right? Because I did go back and look at all the things that I had done to others and thought, man, that was mean, dude. You shouldn't have said that, or that probably wasn't the right moment for that, to say that, you know? Like, let's get your fat ass on a treadmill. You know, probably not a good idea to say that to somebody when they're feeling fat. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I said that. I'm just saying it's something I would say, you know? I would say that. I would be like, yo, you kind of looking chunky. Anyways, that's the first verse. Then I thought, okay, I've done enough apologizing in this song. Okay, I want to apologize once, okay? So then I was like, okay, what's the next verse about? Well, I was thinking about how I'm many men. So I was like, let me talk about and address the amount of Dilan Jays that exist in the public. If you search my name as Delon, there's Dilan, there's Dylan, there's Dilan Jay, there's Dilan Jay Singer, and I was like, well, fuck it, let's address it. My name is Dilan, spelled Dilan. Real name, that's my real name. My government name. When I was in elementary school, the kids call me Dilan because my parents call me Dilan. Okay, that's my name. My name is Dilan. Okay. Then I went by Walter in 6th grade because I went to public school, and then I got suspended 3 times and almost got expelled. And I was like, okay, we're not using that name. That's my dad's name, so probably not a good idea. So then in 1992, when I was 12, there was a show called 90210 that was super fucking popular. And there was this guy on there. His name was Dylan, and he was very popular. So I changed my name from Dilan to Dylan. So that's why my name was Dylan in high school, because I was like, I'm not that popular. Maybe if I take this guy's name, I'll be more popular. So that's how gay I was, okay? In 6th grade, I became a DJ, and I called myself DJ Eon. Then I went to Delon, which is D-E-L-O-N. Now, let me tell you why I changed my name to D-E-L-O-N. It was for no other reason than I wanted Americans to call me Dilan. Because if you see D-I-L-A-N, you call me Dylan. So I thought, let me spell it phonetically. D-E-L-O-N looks like Dilan. So here, everybody called me Dilan, but then when I went to Sri Lanka, they're like, Dilan, yeah, Dilan, oh, Dilan. I'm like, no, it's Dilan. No, but it's Dilan, D-E-L-O-N. Anyway, it was a mismatch. It's hard to match those two things up. So I became a singer, and then I went by Dilan Jay. Anyway, and at the very end of the song, I say, because I like who I am, life's gonna bring what's gonna bring. And I think that was clever because it's like a full circle for me. Like where I was when I began, I was confused, I was upset, I was angry, I took it out on others, and then I resolved. Now every track you hear from me as we move forward, they're songs about my life and how I've resolved them and moving forward as a person. And so that's kind of behind the scenes of this song. There's a lot of horns added by my boy Spencer and a lot of like accoutrements that I think you would find incredible when you actually listen to the song. We did a lot of soloing and dynamics and playing with the song so it like goes all the way through and makes you feel good all the way through. So anyway, so that's my roundup on Do You Wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't really know how long this went. Looks like it went 23 minutes. Maybe we'll chop it up. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just give it to you raw, kind of like the track. Peace out. I appreciate you guys being here. One love. It's Dilan, baby.